Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you're watching me, if you're joining me for the first time, this is a bit of a test stream, to be honest with you. Basically, I'm only going live here on the main channel. You may have seen me on other platforms, but only going live here on the main channel. That's it. As a test to see if the main channel is dead, basically. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a watch-along layout here. I've just about cobbled it together just before we get going, which on the formation out right now. So yeah, we're just going to do watch-along. That's it. That's all we're going to do today. Main channel only. If we get no viewers, I might have to abandon this channel. So no pressure. If you do enjoy the stream, do drop a sub. But yeah, let's crack on. So I'm just going to finish up my setup here just to make sure that I can see everything I need to see. I think I'm all good. Okay, I've got Chai over there, lovely jubbly. Okay, done. Right. Yeah, we will see. I'm genuinely expecting to get virtually no viewers here. So if we get a few hundred, then we're doing all right. But we'll see. We'll see. Who's that? Alonso? Oh my god, is Alonso seriously not even going to make it to the start? Okay, we've got 14 viewers. There's some people that have got the notification or whatever. I did just change the thumbnail to it. Okay, Alonso's got going again. You see Alonso's a long way back. He should catch in time because they're pretty... Look how slow they are coming into the final corners. He should actually catch in time, but a bit of a control-delete there to restart for whatever reason. So, a bit strange. You were notified. Hey, Mayday, welcome in. Thank you for the chat. I need to change the thumbnail. Just the F1 logo is not the best. I might just change it to the F126. It's just the game logo though, isn't it? But I do potentially have a thumbnail. There isn't any good. Okay, Alonso coming into the pits, so it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. I'll leave the F1 logo for now. I might change it during the race, but for now, we'll get the race start underway. You can see everyone's on the grid. Let's do it. Let's do it. Pre-race. Expecting Antonelli to leave. Let's see. Good start by Leclerc. Unbelievable start by Leclerc. Ferrari starts a back, chat. Ferrari starts a back. Go on, Hamilton, send it. Yes. Ferrari 1-2. Wow. Okay. That's going to liven up a little bit. I still think Antonelli will win, but that should liven up a little bit at least. Verstappen pushing somebody off track there. Oh. Oh my god! I love this. I love this radio we got. It's AI. It's AI powered. Carburetor 1.4. Probably not what he's saying, but it's really interesting to see. Definitely a few angry drivers. Resist touching. I will. We can see some replay. Hopefully, we get some replays this time. The other day, yesterday in the sprint, we missed out on replays for some reason. That was annoying. Okay, so 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes, 2 Red Bulls, and then apparently Piastri's got some sort of damage. He's not quite up there anymore. Might actually tweet this. See if that makes it better or not. Doesn't look like it's changed particularly. Wow. Piastri, absolutely nowhere. Okay, it's working. I'm just going to tweak my layout for this race, but still got yellow flag. That's when someone collected some debris, I think, because you can see Piastri's at the back, but there's no cars stopped. That'll do. It's close enough colour. Piastri and Albon, okay. So Ferraris previously have munched their tyres a little bit. I think Antonelli straight up had better race pace in the sprint, but we'll see if their tyres last well or not. Piastri's in. Hadjar faster than Verstappen. Verstappen's had some pretty big car issues this weekend, but still. Ferrari to prioritise one? Maybe. Maybe. I might just actually take a screenshot of this stream and put that as the thumbnail for now. That'll do, won't it? That's not bad. Come on, why are we waiting so long for replays? There's not much going on, really. There's a little battle between the Red Bulls there, but come on, let's have some replays. Yeah, I'm just going to set a screenshot as a thumbnail on YouTube. I don't know if that'll be good or not. Hey, Fuzzle, welcome in. Predictions for the win. It's still got to be Antonelli, isn't it? But look at the gap between Russell and Antonelli already. 2.3 seconds. It's noticeable on the track map, look. Crazy. Sorry if you can hear my aircon, by the way. It's a bit of an ugly background today, but it needs must. It is quite warm today. Hamilton's thinking nice with a clerk. You guys are saying that Ferrari need to choose one. I just don't think they need to yet. They're not in good championship contention. Can we have some replays, please? I don't know if that works in 2026 necessarily, and I don't even necessarily think I've seen him do it in 2026, but previously in his dominant era, that was what he used to do. Albon's about to be lapped, by the way. We still haven't seen a replay. Spareman and Albon, that's under investigation. Okay, it looks like Perez is having car issues again, though. Here we go. We're going to get a start replay. It looks pretty similar off the line, but yeah, it must have been... Oh, it's wheel spin. You can see from the helicopter shot, Antonelli just fishtailing. Lots and lots of wheel spin. I didn't actually see the two Red Bulls. Is this where... Did Max get past immediately? Red Bull up the other side of the Mercedes there of Russell, but couldn't quite make that one work. This is Piastri. Oh, no, it's not. Nice. Oh, wow. Smart by Norris there to back out. Oh, Piastri's all over the shop, though. Wow, that was aggressive by Piastri on his teammate. Sending it the inside of turn one. Lap one. Oh, Albon. That's exactly what Perez did yesterday on Alonso. Clumsy. So what's going on with Piastri then? We're going to get... Okay, Piastri's off track there. Oh, it's front wing damage. Severe front wing damage. From what? Did he hit those cars crash? Did I miss that? Oh. Hamilton noted for a false start. That is not good. Oh, moving before signal is what it actually is. So unless he's very lucky, the sensor, basically there's a sensor in the track right beneath the car that lines up with the transponder when they stop. And if that triggers early, they've normally jumped the start. Sometimes they get away with it because the movement was... Look, you're not allowed... I think once all 5 lights come on, you're not allowed to move. If you have any forward movement, that's it, you get a penalty, I believe. But he might get lucky that he maybe wasn't being picked up properly by the transponder and it's a false positive. It's saying, oh, you know, jump start. But actually, once they look at it, he may not have done a jump start. For example, if he moved a little bit, having gone to first gear, jolted forward a little bit, 3 red lights, not 5, and then stopped and remained stopped and then did a normal start, he'll be fine. But the transponder may pick that up. So it's not a slam dunk there that he's going to get a penalty, but I would suggest it's not looking good. And today now, hunting Hamilton down. Hamilton just said, where am I losing? So I don't think he's purposely dropping back here. Here we go. And today I don't think we'll get him this straight, but I think it's a matter of time here. It's feeling a lot like a sprint already, isn't it? I think Lewis can still finish 4th. I think Russell will ultimately get him anyway. And this will mean he probably won't be able to beat his teammate if he does get a penalty, this is. I think he'll finish 4th. I don't like this. I don't like that we've got a massive part of the screen, by the way, just filled with my horrible wall and the aircon unit. I did experiment with trimming this bit off the stream, but then I didn't really have much to put in the gap. And yeah, only a 5, though. Moving before signal, is that the same as jump start? I don't think that is. I think he's moved and then stopped, and then done a normal stop, and that's why it's only a 5 and not a 10. That's an opinion, though. Not really based on any facts, so we will see. Hopefully we get a replay of it at some point. Have a look. Oh. So basically I was right on that replay. Yeah, and Brundle's just basically confirmed it. It would have been a 10 if he just went from when he dropped the clutch. That would have been a 10 because he stopped again and then went again. It's only a 5, so you may well be able to recover that. But I still think you get beaten by both Mercedeses. But yeah, but if that happened, I believe if that happened before 5 lights came on, he'd have got away with it. If that exactly happened when 3 lights were going on, then he stopped and did the normal start, he'd have been fine. So now he's got a 5. Do they play the team game? The thing is, in 2026, especially at Silverstone, you can't park the bus. Like, you can try and hold Antonelli up, but to help Leclerc try and win the race, but I don't think that's going to work too well. Does still feel like a matter of time. Obviously, everyone on mediums, by the way. There's not too much going on for strategy right now. Oh, I just noticed my this is completely not what I wanted for live timing. Hang on, I've gone completely rogue here. Hold on. There you go. That's more like it. So we're going to check it's going to match up to everything it should do. Hamilton's tyres are dying already. There you go, that's what the... Do you think a podium? I don't know, I think Mercedes are too fast. Let's look for any Hamilton team radio on the left there. Can't see it at the moment. They love, the race directors love throwing up at what looks like it could be a reliability issue. There'll be one, oh, hello, Colapinto. Oh, that was tight with signs. Has he got that done? Nice. Nicely done. I never really understand. I understand why they show picture-in-picture for a potential move, but as soon as the move's going to happen, surely you flip to full screen for that picture-in-picture. Okay, Antonelli, I feel like it's going to be this lap. Lap 10, it was a 17-lap sprint. It was about now that he got him in the sprint. Gone a little bit wide there, maybe. Does the stream keep stuttering? Oh, well, hopefully it doesn't. Well, here as well, I thought he'd get him, but he's not. Look, immediately back with the 3/10. Antonelli's, surely it's a matter of time. Yeah, look at that. Look at that tighter line. He's got a lot more grip now with the tyres. Just needs to make Hamilton run out of battery. They're both flashing. Not yet. It's building. It's building. Yeah, let me know if more people are getting stuttering. I'll see if I can do something about it, but YouTube is having issues at the moment. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, has used too much battery to do that though. Let's see. Nice move that. Showed Hamilton how to do it cleanly. Already half a second back though. Unless Antonelli completely runs out of battery. That could be it. Nah, done. Well, there you go. That's it now. So, 4 seconds then between Leclerc and Antonelli. Let's see what he can do. I think he'll just... I'd say about 3/10 a lap. I think he'll just slowly close him down now. Okay, you guys are having stutters then. Okay, let me... what I'll do, guys, is I'll quickly restart the stream. And try a different setting and see if it works. It's good now, yeah, but if you've been having it before, it'll probably come back. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll restart the stream. It'll be the same URL. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, I've dropped it down to 1440p. I'm thinking that might fix it. So you might need to refresh maybe, but yeah, hopefully it's okay now. But do keep me updated because obviously it's no good if we're stuttering. So I opted against sector times over here. I think we don't really need them for the race that much. There's only so much room we've got, obviously. And I could obviously get rid of some of the other stuff and put sectors back in, but the strategy and the gaps and last lap time is more important, really. Well, Antonelli a little bit slower last lap. Probably just recharging now. I want to stick with him for now, but I think that's a matter of time. But at the moment, Antonelli is just losing a bit of pace. Russell again. He's now over 4 seconds off his teammate. Like, who is Russell this season? Okay, I want to go overtake mode for now, but he may lose it this lap. I think if he doesn't lose it this lap, I think he will lose it next lap. Give me a bad boy. Can I go for F7? I wonder if that's a ERS mode, maybe. Hamilton, I think, might have lost overtake mode there. I think Kimi bringing the tyres back in. I think it's more battery, I think. But yeah, 10th quicker again than Kimi, as you can see on the left-hand side there. I expected more pace, but still just give it some time. If Charles Leclerc genuinely wins this race on pace over Mercedes, by the way, that would be very impressive. Hamilton is doing more what I expected Ferrari to be doing today. Max is closing in on George. Yeah. I wonder if Mercedes are munching the tyres today. It's unusual. That's Piastri's pace, by the way. 1:35.6 last lap. Not great. Half a second slower than his teammate last lap. He is on hards, but in theory, those should be better at this phase, you'd think. I think it's going to be a one-stop today. Okay, so Antonelli marginally faster than Leclerc last lap by half a tenth. I think that might be the start of it. We'll see. We will see. Hamilton will... I doubted he could get a podium, but Russell's doesn't got great pace right now. Verstappen can't get past him at the moment. Yeah, actually about a tenth slower than Norris last lap. So, Red Bull supposedly got the most combustion power. I think we've all got some doubts about that. But, look, they've got a powerful engine. I think we'd be surprised if they're 2% ahead of Mercedes, but they have got a decent engine underneath them, but I'm not seeing that right now. Dimblad saying, can you tell him to hurry up? That's a weird message. Normally the message is more, I'm faster. Tell him to hurry up. Okay, a little bit of bait from Red Bull there. Looking like they're potentially going to box to hope that Russell boxes. Okay, Piastri's got past Alonso. We'll see where, I'm interested to see where Piastri can get to. His pace isn't amazing, but he's a lot quicker than the cars in front, so he's in among. Look at those Astons back there with Piastri right now. Look how far off they are, dude. Behind Cadillacs. This upgrade they're bringing to Hungary better be a good one. Obviously goes past before Magnussen and Beckett's. And that was it. Can we start to edge down? Yeah, only a tiny bit though. Look, last lap, half a tenth. Last lap, Leclerc was 0.8 quicker than Lewis. What the hell has Lewis done to those tyres? So imagine the Red Bull guys are going and grabbing those tyres in the pits again. They probably are thinking about an undercut, but it feels a little bit early. No. Piastri last lap, while overtaking both Aston Martins, I think, at least one of them, was 3 seconds quicker than them in one lap. Mad. And I know they're holding back the upgrade for Hungary, but nobody predicted that they'd be. Even if you predicted they were going to be at the back, Aston Martin, because you had big doubts about Honda or you didn't like the team, whatever made you predict that, I don't think anyone, even that person, would have predicted that they would be 3 seconds a lap off the pace. And what is that? Over a second a lap off Cadillac. Crazy. In fact, it's a second and a half off Cadillac. We didn't get the ridiculous first part of the race, but all the kind of to and fro in. Verstappen around the outside of George Russell there. Through Cops. We'll see if he's had to burn too much battery for that, though. Keep an eye on this. This isn't over. You can't recharge much in Magnus and Beckett's. They do recharge a bit. Not much. Let's see. Half a second back, though. It's a long way. Here he comes. That was a late move. You know that George will complain about that over the radio. You know that for an absolute fact. So prepare. Wait, have a look at the left-hand side here. Box offset Verstappen. Okay, that makes sense. I think he probably said opposite Verstappen. Wait for the message. Come on, George. That was very late. That was a very late move to try and stop him getting in with more battery. It's a bit naughty that. I thought we'd see a lot more of that actually in Creator Series. So far, Creator Series has been pretty chill, but I thought we'd see a lot more of that kind of thing, but we haven't. At the moment, no moan from Russell about a late movement there. That's a surprise. Yeah, so Brundle just confirming what I was saying there, that from the radio on the left hand side, he in the middle, he basically banked the gap there. He thought, all right, I'm going to do whatever you don't because we're close on track and it's about the right time to pit now anyway. It's a touch early, as you can tell, by not the fact that not many people have pitted, but. So, update of the lap battle for leaders. Last lap, Leclerc was 0.3 quicker. 0.3. He's just not closing him down. Now, obviously, Antonelli would have burnt his tyres a little bit sitting behind Lewis, and he's now pulled a 4.4 second gap over Lewis, who, by the way, is also 8.5 seconds off his teammate, almost 9 seconds off his teammate. And Leclerc at the moment, absolutely cooking. We've not seen this Charles Leclerc really all year, have we? Yes, this is AI transcriptions of actual radios. Yeah, in the middle. Yeah. So take it with a pinch of salt because AI. You can tell. Like I don't think he said position is Bollard V2, but it still gives you an idea of what's going on. So strolling to the pits, but Leclerc's just lapped both Aston Martins. That's good for Antonelli. He only now need to lap one Aston Martin. But he absolutely will catch in this lap. Look, Alonso's last lap was a 39.3. Antonelli's was a 34.2. 5 seconds a lap. Madness. Now, Alonso got lapped, obviously, but he's still gonna get him pretty soon. Verstappen's done the fastest lap of the race, last lap. So he absolutely will be undercutting George Russell. George Russell going long. Expect him to be fast later on. Okay, Antonelli, because of the traffic, was about 4 tenths quicker than Leclerc last lap. Oh, that's tight. That's not where they wanted him to be. They wanted him to be just ahead of that Audi. It should get him pretty soon. Half cent there by Hadjar. Back to pass Lewis too. Did gain a second last lap. I suspect that Hamilton will box just before Max gets ahead of him. So don't expect him to be ahead of him. Got about 20 seconds, mind you, 20 seconds. That's pretty close now. I would be surprised if Ferrari have let Max undercut them. Maybe you're right. About 20 seconds between Hamilton and Verstappen. I'm not sure exactly what the pit loss time is, but it's probably something in that region. I want to match Leclerc last lap. Has he figured it out now, or is that a one-off? Oh yeah, Lewis got to take his 5. You're right. Sorry, chat. I forgot about that. Lewis got to take his 5-second penalty anyway, so he absolutely will be behind Max. I think they're hoping for a safety car here. Because they're only 5 laps off halfway through the race. And they're on mediums. They've got the more durable hard tyres to come. Fortunately, we've got I'm going to call it a boring one stop here. After what we've seen in previous races, but it is what it is. Yeah, Hadjar's pit stop was terrible, yeah. I think Merck will start closing down now. He did give 3 tenths Antonelli on Leclerc last lap. So maybe you're right. Was Antonelli just nursing those tyres? Zach Brown saying that Oscar tangled with Lawson, but we haven't seen the replay. Why have we not seen the replay? They're doing it again. Like, what? The world champion team has just had one of their cars have an incident lap 1 and put him down in 19th place as it stands, and they've not shown us replay. Insanity. Worst race of the year. Too early to say that. Too early to say that. Oh yeah, VSC. Someone in chat said that before I even said, look at the radio messages going nuts now. Wow, where are they? So they're on the old start-finish straight. Well, who's this for? Nobody's stopped on track according to the track map. Oh, someone's brolly. So that'll be quick then. I'd have thought that'd be over by the time they get to the pit lane. Anyone who's around there. Perez, Ocon. Ending though. Anyone else going to sneak in? No. As is the Lizard was well ahead of me there. I wonder if I should see if I could get a bit further ahead than I am. I'm about 30 seconds behind right now. I'll go down to 25 seconds behind. Because you're only about 5 seconds ahead of me, something like that. But obviously you also have time to chat, so. Because you guys can always delay me a bit. You can't speed me up. So I'll go down to 20 seconds behind. But yeah, obviously they didn't get to the pit lane before the VSC, so nothing doing there for that. Are we going to get a "they raced me so hard" moment? Out of into box. That seems to be the main move, doesn't it? Into cops. Wasn't even told a minute ago his tyres are dead? Ah. Do you think they were trying to undercut George Russell effectively? Just ahead of an Aston Martin. I think they were trying to undercut George Russell there. They went, George is currently about in our pit window. If we can box one lap earlier, then we're probably okay. My stream's frozen here. Open it. Feel good in a sec. Hamilton's been told outlap critical. Is that Verstappen or Norris? No, it must be Verstappen's already boxed. Has he? No, he hasn't. Has he? Yeah, he has. Oh my god. Well, okay. The data's right there. Is it? It must be Norris then. What's the gap between Norris and Hamilton right now? 22.6 to 35? I mean, that's nowhere near enough. I don't know if I'm being stupid here. How is the outlap critical? I think that was because they were trying to undercut George Russell after the penalty, but he actually boxed with them. But I don't know why they've been telling him outlap's critical. There's nobody around that it's critical too. Yeah, I know. Lewis was moaning about tyres and suddenly said tyres are good. Doesn't make any sense, does it? And he's throwing him to take it. Limp lad, is that what they call limp lad on the AI? Amazing. Yeah, Antonelli's slowly chipping away at Leclerc's lead, but not by much. But 4/10 last lap, that's reasonable. I think Ferrari should just wait until Antonelli's almost within the pit window, then box, because they don't want to risk Antonelli undercutting him, obviously. But other than that, they've got another rival, so it's all about Leclerc versus Antonelli for this win at the moment. So is that time now? Hamilton's, by the way, straight on the back of George Russell here. Is that because they told him outlap was critical for some reason? Yeah, Leclerc is in, so there obviously was about that pit stop, that undercut window. My stream's suddenly stuttering a lot, so I'm going to have to go a bit more than... Go for 25 seconds. So what does Antonelli do now then? Because he didn't have the pace I expected him to have against Leclerc, although did look like the faster driver. So if he is faster, they want to get this done. They probably wouldn't want to overcut by too much. Let Leclerc undercut them and lose a few more seconds. They are now halfway through this race, and they've been on mediums up till now. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't also box Antonelli, although that would be meaning they got the same tyres. It would also mean that he's at least then maintaining that gap, whereas now he's going to lose some gap. I think they'll box Antonelli this lap, but I think it's a strange one to overcut him by just one lap. Yeah, Mayday saying the same thing in chat. Unless he's really been nursing tired and he's got loads left in his tyres, but let's see, does he box? No. Okay, well let's see what pace he's got then. 34.0 last lap. And that was when he was mostly behind Leclerc. 33.9. A little bit quicker, but Hamilton's dropped to 32.3. 32.7 for Russell. The Leclerc will be undercutting him here for sure. You can see that gap fly down. These are better in tyres than Ferraris could be rapid at the end. Yeah, but I mean, we saw in Austria that they overcut by too much and gave Russell an easy win. That should not have been as easy win for Russell as it was in Austria, because they let him undercut by too much. So they don't want to leave it too long here with Antonelli. So is Hamilton happy on these hards, or has he pushed them too hard too early? They did tell him outlap critical, so he pushed harder than he normally would have done on the outlap. I want to go to the insider to avoid some dirty air. I mean, they don't let other people undercut me, but I don't think that's really a major issue. Norris still out, by the way, as well, but Norris hasn't got as much to lose. They haven't got good race pace here. He was 8/10 slower than Antonelli last lap. More battery limited than tyre limited. I wouldn't say they're necessarily linked. I agree that battery's a bigger issue than tyres, but I don't think they're linked in that way. Okay, they're both closing on Verstappen. Oh my god, look at the size of that Lando stand in the background. That's awesome. All just a sea of yellow, green, whatever it is. That's sick. So 33.6 last lap for Antonelli. But 32.9 for Leclerc. So 7/10 loss. That's not too bad. And there's no chance of an undercut. I wonder if they're just thinking, look, it's not, even if he gets to it, it's going to be difficult to overtake. Because the only reason they overtook Hamilton is because his tyres were munched. So maybe they just go, look, we want to give you an offset so you've actually got a chance to overtake. There's always a chance of a lucky safety car if we do. Antonelli box now. Still not. .33.5 last lap for Antonelli, so he is gaining a bit of time. 33.4 for Leclerc. So, somewhat surprisingly, only a 10th loss last lap. Surely that, did Leclerc get traffic? Did Leclerc catch Norris there briefly? He may well have done. I don't think he did, though. You think they're going softs? I mean, they went mediums in the sprint, right? That was a 17-lap race, so in theory it needs to be less than 17 laps, and 17 laps would be lap 35. That's 6 laps away still. I don't think they are. I think they just want a tyre offset. And if it keeps being only a tenth of a lap slower, then it's a no-brainer. But I think next lap we might see something different now that Leclerc's... Well, he did just get Bottas that lap, actually, with blue flags, but... Oh, Lewis! Oh! What of a Verstappen thanks think of that, then? And he's going to get him straight back there, is he? Oh, my God! Wow. Lewis is going for this. He wants to make up for the penalty, but I think he'll get re-overtaken here, but it was a nice move. Yeah, I don't blame him for trying it. Yeah, very comfortably. Look, he had no battery for that straight. But sometimes, you know what? That is a really good example of why I like the 2026 regs, because you've got the opportunities to do that. Use the button to burn and hope you can stay ahead. If you can't, well, no worries. I tried. I'll try something else. Okay, 4/10 last lap between 4.5 between Leclerc and Antonelli. That's not too bad still, is it? Say that Antonelli's on 29 lap old mediums and Leclerc's on 4 pretty new hards. I mean, it was quicker than Verstappen last lap. He was on 12 lap old hards. They decided either that the hards are bad or that they just going really hard for this overcut. But he will be away behind when he boxes. He's going to have quite a lot to do. Norris is going for it on Hadjar here. Job done. Nice move that by Lando. Holy pit lane, says Oliver Behrman. I think that's what he says. Seven-tenths last lap. I think this is partly the blue flag traffic, because Leclerc is in amongst Cadillac traffic right now. And Antonelli, as you can see, has got pedestrian signs in front of him. By the end of this lap, he'll catch, which is why Mercedes are doing this, I think. They're going to wait just as he gets that traffic, then he's going to box. Hamilton going for it again. On Russell. Hamilton seems to have great pace right now. Okay. This is very close. Hamilton's light was flashing earlier than Russell's there, though. Oh, my God. Whew. I thought they were going to crash then. That was aggressive turning there by Lewis. Right, now he needs to give Russell the dirty air. Ah, you see, Russell's just able to stick really close to him with dirty air. He's going to get him back here. And he got him back. I don't think Hamilton's going to have any battery to get him back again. But Russell would have had to use a little bit of battery for that, but not much. Yeah, Russell was just able to stick so close to Hamilton when he did that move. What Hamilton's hoping is he does that. By the way, Antonelli stays out again. He does that, and then Leclerc then loses. Sorry, Russell loses a load of time with dirty air, but it's not happening. Kimi must be going softs. He could be. Only 20 laps now, but we'll see. Russell. Well, look, Hamilton's even lost overtake mode now, look. Went way too hard for that one. You don't want to go that hard that you lose overtake mode. That was not wise. Charles could be done if Kimi plays his cards right. I don't think so. Ferrari telling Hamilton, just be patient. So, 4/10 last lap. Antonelli lost to Leclerc. Okay, Antonelli is just about to get blue flag traffic on Piastri. If he wants to avoid this traffic, he's got to box this lap. There you go, confirmation on the broadcast about Hamilton's radio. 2026 racing is awful, say Max fans. I don't think they're saying that today, do you? The thing is, Hamilton's quick on these hards. Russell doesn't seem to be that quick on the hards. Surely they bring him in now. He has just lapped Piastri. No, he's still staying out. You guys are right. He must be going softs. I didn't even consider that a possibility. He must be going softs. He's now overcut him by 6 laps. Wait, that's 7. That's a lot of laps. Okay, there we go. Russell's now able to turn his attention in front rather than behind. Hamilton will probably get back in overtake mode here. Said his tyre wear is a joke. Yeah, I mean, they've gone way longer than anyone else has gone on these mediums, haven't they? Antonelli had to go through traffic on the last lap and this lap. Did a 33.4 last lap, though. Still 4 tenths slower than Leclerc, though. I mean, I hope it's close at least, but I feel like Leclerc's got this one. Well, Max was wide there. Looks like Max starting to struggle his tyres. Yeah, Russell's sliding around a lot there. Mercedes hope for a bit of a safety car. Yeah, but it's not Creator Series. You can't go all in for a safety car. Oh, slow puncture. Russell's got a slow puncture. 24 PSI at the moment, they said to George Russell. So that's very slow then. Because right now, look, he's about to overtake Max Verstappen. You've got to go aggressive on Max. Can't let him fly on you outside. You've just got to go for it and push him off the track. You've got to race Max how Max races everyone else, otherwise you won't get him. 24 PSI. Okay, so it's a very slow puncture. I'm going to keep an eye out for team radios. Okay, they're telling George Russell box this lap. I mean, visually it's fine. And they just told Max the same thing. Oh, yeah, okay. He's still only half a second from Max. He's literally still going fine, but obviously they didn't want it to suddenly have an explosion. And they'll probably leave Antonelli out now, just in case Russell's tyre does explode, which causes a safety car, which will allow Antonelli to win the race. He's still literally sticking with Max. Do they risk this and hope that it's a sensor issue rather than an actual tyre pressure issue? But in theory, if it suddenly starts reading 0, you know it's a sensor issue. If it slowly fades, you think that probably is a slow puncture. Right, you've got to shove Max off this time, George. No, outbrake later. Shove him. Shove him. There you go. He's done it this time. You've got to shove him harder than that. You've got to go all in to shove Max off or he just stays. You've got to go aggressive. But anyway, they do pit Russell there. They didn't want to risk keeping him out, despite the fact his pace looked pretty good there. Yeah, Crofton makes a good point there. There's now Hamilton going to have more battery than Max and get him. Because Hamilton, as you can see on the left-hand side, has got 8 lap fresher tyres. No, that's a lie. 6 lap fresher tyres. Oh, Russell frustrated there on the wheel. He should still be able to fight back to a decent position, though. Might be ahead of Hadjar. No, don't think he quite will be. Max is a little bit deep there. I think Lewis will get him this lap. But he doesn't want to use all his batteries to do that. Oh, you set for George. Yeah, look, you can see on the timing, 6-lap old mediums. He'll get Hajar. Now they'll probably box Antonelli. Oh, Lewis. I was very surprised to have the battery there, but I don't know if Lewis is just keeping the battery, maybe. Well, 7 seconds. Make that 8 seconds. With a 10-lap undercut. That's 0.8 a lap on average. That's not too bad. But he has gone hard. I was going to be surprised if he was going to go softs. But that's mad. A couple laps maybe, but 10 laps. Well, here we go then, Kimmy. Off you got. Surprised Russell hasn't already got Hajar, but it looks like he's about to. Oh, he has now, sorry. Didn't look at the right part of the screen. So Russell's got 7.5 seconds to Norris. And he won't get any further than that. Unless there's drama for somebody in front. So probably... Russell should be able to hunt Norris down and still get 5th, which is not bad at all. But that's because... you know what? Verstappen might get a penalty, by the way. He did technically leave the track and gain an advantage. He got fairly pushed off by George Russell. I don't necessarily agree with the rules, but by the rules, it was a fair shove. But Max came back on ahead. The thing was, Russell immediately boxed. So yeah. Down to 7 seconds. Crawford just covered exactly what I was about to say, but 7/10 or so quicker that last lap, so that's a good start. Twice Mark left him that long. This feels like a big range strategy. Yeah, it could well be. Could well be. Yeah, Verstappen consistently looks like he's struggling a little bit on tyres. Boxing for 13th, hasn't really been able to recover like he'd have liked to. Although he has avoided going a lap down up until now, but he's about to go a lap down. They're going to box him, which will put him very much a lap down. I wonder if they've got another set of hards for Piastri, or if he'll go to maybe those slightly used mediums he took off at the start. They're probably his freshest tyres now. He might have a fresh set of mediums. Another one. We'll see. See what he puts on. Piastri boxing this lap. Up to 5.8 now. We'll get a proper measure of the lap time in just a second, but he's getting quite a lot. That was more of a... Yeah, it worked, look. Pushed Max wide. So it's a bit more of a scary move than anything else. A little bit deep, though. Oh, almost got another Frugo's Hamilton moment. That's close. Might better get him down into... Is it Village? Oh, my God. Kimi was 2 seconds quicker, by the way, almost, than Leclerc. That's looking like good for the win, then. If I'm back to send it, surely. Yeah. Max would have done. Max keeps going deep. Could be it. Lewis will surely use some battery here to get him. Got a brake late. He's going to send it on you. You know he is. Yeah, well done, Lewis. Well done, Lewis. He's raced Max one too many times. All right, done. Now let's see if he can use his tyres to get ahead. Tell you what, if Lewis gets a podium from this, that's not bad. He's had really good pace with his hards. He did something weird with his mediums at the start. He just killed them and was really slow, but he looks a lot better now. Let's see what his pace is like compared to Leclerc. Last lap, despite being stuck behind Max, he's only 3/10 slower than Leclerc. So let's see. Oh, yellow flag. Who's that? Hulkenberg. That's pretty out of the way. That'll probably be a VSC. Because they will just be able to push him backwards there into the old pit exit. Ronald said he could even leave it there. I don't think the FIA tend to do that. But it is. I mean, no one's going to crash into that. It's physically impossible. Okay, Max is boxing. Everyone else missed the opportunity to box there, which will frustrate Hamilton, I'm sure. This will be good for Leclerc. It means Antonelli's got a little bit less long to catch him. Wow, it's about 10 seconds quicker normally to pit under the virtual safety car versus the green flag. Max may well be able to hunt Lewis down again here. Assume he's going mediums. Now see what you got him. See what you got. Yeah, mediums. Norris also boxing. Surely Russell stays out. He does. So that's given Russell that 5th place. He probably will stay there. Oh dear, is that a new wing? I honestly think if Ferrari got a new set of mediums, and that's a big if, I actually don't think we've got the data for available tyres. I'm sure it's somewhere, but I don't know where it is. It would actually make sense to box because Antonelli is so much faster. He's going to beat him. Antonelli is going to win this race, barring some sort of weird issue. Box, you still come out P2, and you've got then better tyres than Antonelli, and you've got to hope that you can do something about it. And it's obviously a cheaper pit stop. Well, it looks like they've gotten going again now, so too late for that, but... All right. Here we go then. It feels like a matter of time for Antonelli to get Leclerc, but let's see. Let's have a look at the gap between Hamilton and Verstappen then. 11.1 seconds. I think that's all come out in the wash now after the VSC. But on mediums, I think Max, 10 laps to go, needs to be a second lap quicker than Hamilton. I think Max is going to come back at him. My prediction right now is for the top 3 is Antonelli, Leclerc, and then Verstappen. I don't think Russell will get to Hamilton, but I think Max will with fresh mediums. Let's see. What was Hulk's position? I actually didn't see what it was, to be honest. He just had a really bad pit stop, so probably near the back. He's locked into P2, might as well wait and see if there's a full safety car red flag. Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Yeah, we've had another wing change, haven't we? Without seeing what happened to damage it. That's Hadjar and Piastri now that have both had wing changes and we haven't seen what it is. Stroll getting a penalty no one cares about. Okay, down to 10 seconds then between the two. It needs to be about a second a lap. That was about a second. Unless those mediums die by the time he gets there, I still think Verstappen's going to do it. Slight mistake there by Ferrari, maybe. Yeah, Verstappen got away with that off-track thing because Russell pitted. Surprisingly, one DNF. I don't know. We quite regularly don't get too many DNFs, to be honest, in F1 these days. .3. Last lap, 1.2 seconds between Ante and Leclerc. 1.6 though between Verstappen and Hamilton. Hamilton needs to find some pace here. 6/10 slower than his teammate last lap. With 2 lap older tyres, but still, it's a lot. Hamilton needs to find something or Verstappen's going to come and steal that podium back. Wow, downshifting. That looks so slow into Magnus and Beckett's, doesn't it? Is he slow? He's got a problem. He's got a problem. No! He's having to pit! Suspension, he's saying. So it wasn't an engine, he just was going slow because he could feel an issue. They're just doing a front wing change because they don't know what's wrong. Ferrari 1-2 as it stands. I think Max might have something to say about that. No way. Is he going to lose points to George Russell? I mean, look, they may not have fixed it. They may not have fixed it. Let's see, let's see. He's just got no confidence right now because he's not sure the car's been fixed. No, he's got an issue. He's got an issue. Wow. Suspension failure. No way. Antonelli has been the class of this season. In a class of one this season. And he's going to have to retire, isn't he? He could try and trundle around, but he'll be out of the points. There's no point. Wow. Man. Closes active aero down the straight there. The wheel shield, left-hand side. The commentary mentioned something about the brake ducts as well. That is brutal. Oh, yeah. Hamilton's... No, not that. That's live standings, chat. Wait, I assume you guys can see that. Hold on. I actually haven't got... it's a bit scuffed, but... So as of right now, with Antonelli still getting 6 points, which he's clearly not going to do, 35 points between Antonelli and Hamilton. Yeah, look, this steering wheel's not straight. There's no point. He's too slow. He's doing 2 minutes. Okay, as an outlap, 2:17. Like, just look at the track map. Norris overtook him on his outlap. Look how far back he is. You can kind of see something going wrong there. Did he hit something? Look at the left-hand side on this replay. Oh, yeah. Surprised if that hasn't damaged anything else when it's broken. I'm surprised that alone has done what it's done. That's a bit of a fail by Mercedes. If they can remove this now, that's a big fail by Mercedes to not do that last time. They've had to pit twice to do that. They should have done that in the first pit stop. Well, let's see. But this is going to put them outside the points. Actually, no, it's not. He's going to get... If that has fixed it, it's a big if. Because I'd be surprised if that's all it was and that was costing as much as it was. It'll be 1 point, which he'll take. It's better than none. Max is only 4 tenths quicker than Hamilton last lap, by the way. I think this could be a 1-2 for Ferrari. Unbelievable. Who predicted that at the start of the day? Not this guy. Oh, my God. 30 points then the gap would be. Nah, it's off again. It doesn't sound right. I would understand if that part might cost you half a second lap, maybe even a second a lap. It shouldn't be costing you 3-4 seconds a lap. I think it's hit something and either broken something with a suspension or something, or it's put something out of line or out of place and it's scuffed something. By the way, this gap between Leclerc and Hamilton, 20 seconds. And yeah, they're 5-second penalty, but it'd be 15 without that. Look, we've got the old Leclerc back by the looks of it. He's about to. Yeah, he's about to lose points anyway. So he's staying out, but the car directly behind him is P11. Wow, it's incredible that he's still comfortably in the championship. By the way, despite his bad luck, and I know Russell also had some bad luck, but if Mercedes had good reliability, he'd be leading the championship right now by. Assuming he'd have won this race, it'd be out an extra 50 points. He'd be leading by 80 points. Hold on, he's. Colapinto hasn't caught him there. Hold on. Last lap, look, there's a massive difference. I think that's another outlap, wasn't it? But still, he's actually pulled away from Colapinto this lap. Rubbing against the wheel, yeah, but yeah, look, it's wonky. So it's definitely broken. Still staying out for now. Verstappen is not going to catch Hamilton. I was right, his mediums have died. I think that's silly. I don't like the track limits rules when they go off with a. Yeah, Brundle was about to say the same thing as me. I'm sorry, he's going to get a penalty for that, and it's an absolute joke. Like, if you lose a significant amount of time by going off track, it should not count as anything. And by significant, I mean at least a second in that sector. At least a second in that sector. If you lose that much, you shouldn't get a strike. There it is, 5-second penalty. It's an absolute joke. But he's actually pulled clear of Colapinto. I think he can pull 5 seconds on Colapinto here. He somehow suddenly just started driving that car. But that is an absolute joke that he gets a penalty for that. Oh yeah, true. Russell's got a slow puncture, didn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that. That is a bitterly bad luck from Antonelli. He did the same lap as Hamilton last lap. So clearly there's something broken in that. But the fact they can still do that pace says to me that if Mercedes fixed it the first time, and he kind of got on with it, despite the slightly broken car, he would still be. He probably could have beaten Hadjar. Maybe Norris, because Norris overtook him after his pit stop. Oh, hold on. Is that Antonelli? Verstappen! It's Verstappen! What's happened here? What's he done? That's going to be at least a VSC. Full safety car. Is that going to Antonelli with his 5-second penalty is going to shaft him. That's going to shaft Antonelli, isn't it? I think Antonelli's got a box, take his 5, get a brand new set of softs on, and just go for it and pray. Because I think most people will box now. Wow. Was that a car failure or was that a Verstappen issue? Everyone will pit. Now, this gives Hamilton half a chance of winning his home race, which I'll take. Bruno's waffling on about Leclerc. Like, Leclerc's going to box. Everyone's going to box. Antonelli doesn't box. That's a mistake. He's going to gain a couple of positions, but he's still got his 5-second time penalty. And he's not going to, we're not going to have it long enough for him to pull 5 seconds on anybody, because he's always going to be behind other slower cars. If he was out front, he could pull 5 seconds on some of the slower cars, like Bortoletto and Lindblad. But he's not out front. He's going to be stuck behind Bortoletto and Lindblad. And he hasn't even gained any positions by staying out. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Although, wait. Are they going to appeal it? Are they going to appeal it? Have they? Oh, hello. We obviously had a precedent set. Although it was overturned, but Gasly got his 5-second penalty deleted after the race. Are they going to try and appeal it? After the race? Oh, Hamilton's behind Russell. Hamilton's behind Russell. Okay, well, that's GG's. He's not going to... I mean, this safety car could go all the way to the end of the race. That's a mistake then by Ferrari. I think they assumed Russell was going to pit. There we go. What happened to Max? Grass on the left? No. I would love to have been in that crowd. Didn't even hit the wall. Did the rear wing not shut? No, it did shut. It did shut. Oh. Those tyres started smoking early. As soon as he went left, he just jammed on the brakes, went, this is going to hurt, but he actually got it stopped. Can you imagine the way in the Lando stand? Oh. I hope he put his steering wheel back. If he didn't put his steering wheel back in the car, he's going to get a penalty. Max cursing the car there. I think we will get going again by the looks of it. They've already have cleared it. Max cursing the car, but that car was about to get him a podium. I don't think he can curse the car too badly. Always the car's fault with Max. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but yeah, they're the safety car. Well, if they wait for everybody, Hamilton got noted. That could be speeding, or that could be trying to go ahead of George Russell. Can't believe Ferrari have ended up putting him behind. That'll frustrate the hell out of Hamilton because that was close. Oh my god, how close is Leclerc? So if they wait for everybody to catch here, we might not get going again. But the safety car could come in this lap, which Antonelli will love because look at the gap behind Antonelli. That'll guarantee him P9. To be honest, I don't see why they're throwing a full safety car. Normally the reason for throwing a full safety car is so that it bunches everyone up. This is Antonelli there. They will appeal that after the race. They'll say force majeure. Like, clearly, his wheel was wonky. You can see his car was broken. But then the FIA might argue, yeah, but you shouldn't be driving your car in an unsafe state. I don't know. Anyway, they could get going this lap. But obviously they'll want to wait for everybody to catch up. I think it will come in. It won't come at the end of this lap. I don't think. Wait, is anyone lap down? Oh, let's not let the lap cars overtake, guys. They don't have to. Let's not do it. There's no point. There's no point. It's too late. This isn't Abu Dhabi. Oh, Mo Farah's going to wave the flag. Love that. Most of the field is caught. Let's get racing. Let's bring it in this lap, lads. Colapinto, Gasly, and Bottas are the three that aren't going to catch. Bottas might, actually. Colapinto probably won't. Gasly won't. I guess they are looking for points. Anyway, it won't come in this lap, I don't think. It will come in next lap. So we'll get one racing lap. Can Hamilton do anything about Russell on brand new softs versus Russell's used mediums with one racing lap? You'd think so. You'd think you'd be able to get him to bring home a Ferrari 1-2, but he does have to get him. And who have we got behind? Norris is just behind. Hadjar's just behind. Those guys could even get Russell, potentially. Just don't do it. Either let the lap runners fall to the back, or let's just get going. If they let lap cars overtake for a whole extra lap, that'll be an absolute joke. The lap runners are outside the points anyway. It is what it is. It's too late. Sorry, lads. Let's learn our lessons from 2021. Let's not do it. Oh, they are letting them go. Okay, they're letting them go, but if the safety car still comes in this lap, that's fine, because this is the lap that's going to come in anyway. Perez, Bottas, Alonso, Stroll still yet to... Oh, no, they will come through. The last two Cadillacs come through now, and then that's it. I think. Pretty sure. Right, come on, safety car in this lap, surely. No way is Russell potentially going to fraud a podium here, despite having a slow puncture while his teammate is down in P9 with also a car issue. Madness. Right, come on then, Lewis, what have you got? Surely we get going this lap. Hamilton, can you get Russell on? He should be able to. He should be able to, because Russell's tyres will be colder and a lot more used. Hamilton should be able to get him here. But he's still got to do it on track. Come on, confirm safety car ending, surely. If they don't end the safety car this lap, then that is an absolute joke of a decision, but surely they'll end it this lap. Okay, yeah. They're bringing it in. They're bringing it in. All right. So, keep an eye on Antonelli here. Especially if you add in the 5-second penalty, although there will be that. And obviously keep a closer eye, as the TV will do, on Hamilton versus Russell. Leclerc will surely win. Come on then. What have you got, Lewis? Ferrari 1-2 is on offer here. Maybe even a win if you get some quickly. Unlikely. Come on. Wait. The safety car didn't come into the pits. The safety car didn't come into the pits. What an absolute joke. What has happened? Ferrari cost themselves a 1-2 by boxing, but it didn't look like that. Wow. I'm sure the internet is going to be the FIA's friend right now. What the hell? Tell us why. F1's so bad at this sort of communication. Throw a message up on screen and tell us why. George Russell is such a lucky boy, man. He's going to fraud a P2 with having had a slow puncture. And he's now on much older tyres than everyone around him, and he's still going to get P2. And meanwhile, Antonelli, exact opposite luck. With his 5-second penalty, he's going to drop way down. And in fact, he'll drop behind even some of the people that were just unlapped themselves. What the hell has just happened? What the hell has just happened? That is such a shame, man. Leclerc's even been robbed. I mean, Leclerc was always looking like the likely winner, fine. But he got lucky that Antonelli had an issue. But, like, it's even boring for Leclerc just trundle across the line, not win it at full racing speed, especially, you know, under a safety car, last lap dash. That is depressing. They're not allowed to overtake, by the way. They're not allowed to overtake. They just gotta just cruise to the line. At least we've got a deserving winner. Leclerc's a deserving winner, but what a terrible end to the race. Hamilton at least gets a podium, but Hamilton will be raging. Look how close they all are at the line as well in case someone gets penalties. And look at Antonelli. He finished behind someone who was a lap down before that safety car. I'm sure they will appeal that. I don't know if they'll be successful, but... like, communication. MotoGP is really good at this. They'll throw a message up on screen and kind of explain it normally. F1 just doesn't do that. Let's listen to Leclerc's radio. Yeah, Leclerc even saying wish for a normal ending. It's honestly put a bit of a down on Leclerc's amazing win. I don't think anyone really predicted Leclerc to win. Oh yeah, Lewis, you're right. Lewis is still under investigation, isn't he? And that's why everyone was so close in front. Hamilton should have dropped back a little bit, I think. And then gunned it to the line. That is unbelievable. Hang on. There's your standings then, chat. You see that? Hang on. There you go. So there's your standings. Ferrari, 80 points or so off Mercedes. I mean, surely they're going to win a Constructors, but you never know. Anselli still leads over George Russell. We haven't actually got a gap there, have we? But by about, what is it? 25 points now. Still 25 points. It's still a healthy lead, considering he still looks like the best driver by far. And then Hamilton, 7 points back from Russell. But Hamilton under investigation. But Antonelli, they will appeal that penalty, but even if they're successful in that appeal, it'll be 2 points. It'll help. They'll obviously appeal it, but it's not much. Wow. I mean, Mercedes needs to sort their reliability out, don't they? I mean, slow puncture, you'd assume, and it is an assumption, the slow puncture was caused by random track debris or something, or curbs. But Antonelli, just horrendously unlucky. His car broke on a curb, and he wasn't wider than he normally would be. But the big talking point is, why the hell do we finish under safety car, dude? Hopefully, are they going to delay the Hamilton investigation until after the podium, just in case that, just to let Hamilton go and enjoy it for now in front of the home crowd? Well, it'd be Brit anyway that replaces them. Actually, it's Russell, Hamilton, Norris, second, third, fourth. So even if Hamilton gets the penalty, it will be Norris up on the podium. Norris is realistically a more popular driver at home these days. Hamilton's still much bigger internationally, but that is odd. But like again, where's the communication? Tell us why. Why was the safety car not brought in? How far can we go back? Not too far. Not far enough. That is such a joke. Also, Hamilton just came out behind Leclerc as well, by Russell. If he was able to be about a second quicker, he'd come out ahead anyway, and none of it would have mattered. I don't know how biased I'm being, guys, but that is just a joke. The safety car thing is a joke. It's a joke that Russell just got so lucky to gain that P2, despite everything that happened. Verstappen crashing in front of him, and Antonelli having a car issue, and sneaking past Hamilton, and then us not going race again. I mean, how much luck do you want to get for that P2? So that's unfairly making the championship closer. Antonelli's a deserving runaway leader. Russell was nowhere near him today. Nowhere near him. And then obviously Antonelli's horrendous luck. Hamilton's bad luck at home to go from second to third. Ferrari don't get their 1-2. I'm fuming. I'm fuming at that. I really am. We got to figure this out. Hold on. Let's find out why the hell that safety car came in. Didn't come in. Following social media in case there's anything on here. Nobody seems to know why. Someone's guessed that it's because the lap cars couldn't catch up, but this isn't the interviews, but that is a joke. I'll listen to the interviews, and then I'm going to go figure out what happened in that race. I'm going to figure out Oscar's damage. I'm going to figure out who's the other person that got damage. Someone else got damage. And I'm going to try and find why the hell the safety car stayed out by scrolling back. So we've not had many viewers in this stream. Bear in mind the last stream we did on this channel probably would have got about 2k viewers, but that was a long time ago. About 30 to 40 viewers today. It's not awful. It's not great. Between 20 and 40 really. We did gain some viewers throughout the stream. Drop a sub if you are new. I don't know what to do with this channel. I think the channel's glitched. I genuinely think it's glitched. I uploaded the video the other day. It was a short. I uploaded it to Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. It's got over 4 million on Instagram. It's got over 2 million on Facebook, and it's got 1 million on TikTok. And on YouTube here, on this channel, it's got 4k views. And the views just been terrible on this channel. It's why I decided to stream only on this channel today to see if what's what. But I suspect a lot of you in chat are my regular viewers, are you? I suspect a lot of you would normally watch me on the gaming channel. Correct me if I'm wrong. Russell's not that popular in the UK. Not that he's unpopular, but he's not like Norris or Hamilton, who are genuinely really popular. No one really cares about Russell here. Never been here before. Very good, mate. Yeah, most of you watching from other channels, so kind of proving the point really that the channel's dead. It showed it to no new viewers. We don't call him Tory George for no reason. I cannot believe Ferrari just lost that 1-2. Right. I don't want to hear the rest of Charles' words. Right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to first of all find how close it was for Hamilton to come up behind Russell. Just bear with me. Obviously, I can't show you it, unfortunately, but I will we'll watch it. So, how do I sync these? Definitely a way to sync them. Hold on. Also, Mo Farah's waving the checkered flag. Okay, there's a lot of cars there to wait for, but that's a bit rubbish. I actually don't know how to sync these players. Well, they auto-synced, but they're not doing that. I think there's some sort of setting somewhere. Auto-sync, but not doing it. Oh, live sync open players. No. Oh, hang on. There you go. Okay, it's done it now. Here we go. So Hamilton in the pits right now. I'm just going to watch it. I've got his onboard up here. So 2.6 second stop for Hamilton. Not a slow stop. And then Russell going down the start finish straight. No, he was, well, it was close, but Russell was always ahead. Russell was always ahead. It was close. It was about a second. That's interesting. Okay. All right. And then let's also look at the crash at the beginning with Piastri. See what the heck happened to him. Oh, it's. I tell you exactly why they haven't shown. They haven't shown Piastri's on board because it was looking at the tailpipe camera. That's such a bad angle. I don't really understand why they do that. Such a bad angle. Tailpipe camera. Who wants to see that? That's far now. Hold on. Like, why are you showing a tailpipe camera? Seriously. Yeah, I've messed this up now. I don't know what's done. Hang on. Okay, well, I've got his tailpipe camera from the start. Let's see what I can glean from this. Probably not a lot. Okay, so we saw him do the aggressive thing on Lando. Was it the curb strike on rejoin that did it? It may well have been. Okay, for now. Got Red Bull for close, or VCAR for close company, sorry. Let me find it. Who was the VCARB? Alright, let me watch this again. Just give me a sec, chat. So, tailpipe camera on Oscar's car sucks, but we do have the onboards for the VCARB. So let me see. Oh my god. Okay, so it's Lawson that was right behind him. His wing's fine in the first sector. This is Piastri's wing. Oh. Oh, for God's sake. Sorry, I'm struggling with this player right now. Oh, maybe it was damaged. I still don't know what happened to Piastri. Hold on. Bear with me, chat. Okay, so he did lose an end plate somewhere. Where the hell has he lost his end plate? It's really hard to find. Not the end plate there. What? I don't know is the answer. I think we'll have to wait for the proper on board. I don't know. Lewis looked angry. Yeah, maybe a little bit. All right, we'll go up with that. What else was it? Oh, the safety car. Yeah, let's go back on the broadcast and see if we can figure out. See if we can figure this out. So shame I can't sync the live timing. I thought you could. I think you have to wait for it to load live timing replays to be able to sync it. No worries, Dennis. So safety car ending. There's nothing I can see on the broadcast as to why it was ending. Nothing. Let's go to F1 TV to see if they've got something for us as to why the heck it ended early. I was going to list F1 TV commentary fad.
And last lap.
Have F1 TV commentary.
And we do not get the shootout that race control told us we were going to.
I'm as confused. I'm as confused. Oh, maybe it was the lap count. Is it the lap count?
No. So, have they gone back through? The original rule was you need to let the cars get back into formation, catch the train, and then you go the next lap. Did they simply run out of laps?
So is it because they didn't catch them?
They don't need to catch the train.
No.
They just need to be released, and they are well clear. It looked like Verstappen's car was comfortably taken away from the gravel trap.
This is an extraordinary moment to deny us what would have been one of the greatest endings of the British Grand Prix in the century that we're celebrating today.
Because they can do race control
Gives me
messages.
another paragraph to add to my letter to my local MP of complaints.
It's going to be like a novella, isn't it?
Well, George Russell is going to be breathing a sigh of relief.
They don't know
He's
either.
going to be a sitting duck on those medium tyres, and Ferrari, Hamilton on the wrong end of this one. It's going to be tough for him. Second place becomes a third place. It's not a Grand Prix win here at home that he was going to lose, but he was going to have a shot anyway at something special.
The Sky
Wow,
didn't even
twist.
try and answer it.
So much at the end.
At least they've theorised something on F1
It was
TV.
a long time ago then. Max Verstappen spun into the gravel trap, and the safety car was going to be brought in. We were going to go racing for the win at Silverstone on the last lap with the pack together. And instead of that, Charles Leclerc is being applauded. When they came around the final corner, I was like, why has Charles Leclerc gone with Bernd Mailander? Why has Bernd Mailander not gone for it? And then the reveal as to why.
When we say we had this, was it Monza a few years ago? We had a safety car ending to the Grand Prix, and the crowd didn't like it. They felt that we wanted, even if it was one lap of racing, we wanted that.
Well, Bernd Mailander will peel in, but you cannot overtake until the start-finish line. Charles Leclerc could have won.
Well, they've got no idea either.
2021. He should have won.
That is mad. That is absolutely mental. Well, should we let's just run through the drivers before we round out this stream as to our sort of drivers of the day. On the left-hand side there, you've got your results. For me, I think Leclerc is a fair driver of the day. He was absolutely imperious today. I don't think anyone had him down, him or Ferrari down as a winner, quite frankly. I was always saying Antonelli, and arguably, without his bad luck there with the car damage, he probably would have won, but he didn't. And look, F1 is about team and driver combined. So Mercedes' car is not reliable enough right now. Ferrari's is bulletproof, and that gave him a win today. So Leclerc has to be the driver of the day for me. Russell, you guys were saying earlier that he got unlucky to get the slow puncture. My concern with that is, if he never got the slow puncture, he would not have finished second place. If there was no luck and everyone didn't have any reliability issues, Russell was trying to fight Verstappen for third, but looked like he was struggling. Hamilton was all over him. I would be surprised if Russell came away with that with a podium. It was possible. It was maximum P3 for George Russell at that stage, and yet he's ended up at P2 despite getting a slow puncture. That's why it's like, oh, bad luck. Oh, hang on a minute. You just got better luck than the bad luck gave you. Strange. Anyway, whatever. So I resent that a little bit. But other than that, not a great performance though, honestly. Like, his pace was poor, wasn't it? Very poor pace from George Russell. Let's see if we can grab up any kind of... I don't think there's any websites that do like an instant... Maybe it's sort of thing I maybe need to build myself, but like an instant like lap chart or anything like that, is there? I don't think there is. That gives us an instant, and F doesn't do it, does it? Might do. Lap chart, there you go. I think that's what I want. Race trace or lap chart? Turns out that's got it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What's this called? Race trace. Race trace. There you go. That'll do. Yeah, so it's obviously a bit of a mess, this. But this is all the gaps. So you can see Leclerc kind of run away with it a little bit here. In fact, it even goes off the screen up here. That's how far ahead they were until the safety car. I don't really know what this is relative to be honest. 'Cause 0 seconds is here. Oh, average. Fair enough. In fact, this one kind of sucks. We kind of need the... Let me get the other one. Let me get the lap chart. There you go. Lap chart. Interactive. It's not interactive, no. It's a bit small, but it'll do. Anyway, it'll do. So yeah, anyway, Russell, as I said, you can see him here. Before he had his puncture, he did technically get Verstappen very briefly, but it was always looking fairly unlikely to be able to hold on to that for me. He may have done it, but it was Max and P3. Then obviously you have Antonelli having his issues. This is when he boxed and then was closing and then had his major issues dropping all the way down there. I do think... That's Colapinto, that's not right. I do think Antonelli probably should have done something a bit better than he did, as in his team. I think Antonelli, yeah, like, they should have fixed the problem sooner. And clearly he eventually found some pace and he should have not gone off track so much. So either with the issue, I feel like it was still a little bit of a bottle, really, by Antonelli. But anyway, I'm actually going to go back to the previous view because I think it's better just to see the standings. Hamilton, not bad, Dave Hamilton, but long way off his teammate, realistically. Just didn't seem to have the pace for whatever reason today. Seemed to be stronger on hards than mediums, but was still slow on the Leclerc on mediums. So he'll be upset with that, but around the season he's having. Should have been a Ferrari 1-2, though, so he'll be disappointed with that. Norris, I mean, yeah, we haven't really got anything to compare to Norris, honestly speaking, because Norris, like, his teammate was nowhere. He stayed out of trouble at the start. McLaren were a shocking distance off the pace, actually, weren't they, in Silverstone? I don't know why. So not great from Norris. He was never getting any higher than, without all the drama, he was never getting higher than about 6th place before Verstappen and Antonelli had whoopsies in front of him. So not great from him. Hadjar P5. He seemed a bit close to Max this weekend, but overall ended up not really. So yeah, like, honestly, I don't want to put him down because I feel like Hadjar ended up pretty much where he should have been. Pretty much where he should have been. Let's get back to this. Because I feel like he pretty much ended up... Let me find it. Which ones? Where's... I think he's... This one here. I don't actually know which one he is. He might be that one. Yeah, that's Hadjar. So he's the little dotted line here just below George. So, like, quite a long way off Max, really. So didn't have great pace. So, yeah, just... I don't want to put him down, though, because I feel like that's where they're kind of expecting... They know Max is incredible. They're not realistically trying to employ the next Max Verstappen, are they, Red Bull? Let's be real. So, like, as long as he's best of the rest comfortably, that's kind of where they're asking for him to be. And that's where he was. So, yeah, Lawson and Lindblad, that V-Carb has gained a lot of pace, 6th and 7th. Can't really say too much more on those guys, but obviously it's a solid race. Bottas to 8th for Audi, definite shout out for that. Audi isn't normally capable of that kind of result. And making Hulkenberg look very average. Obviously Hulkenberg had car issues, but Hulkenberg looked very average this season. Colapinto and Gasly in the Alpine. Colapinto beating Gasly once again, so that's good for those guys. Double points finish at the moment with a penalty for Antonelli. They will appeal that, so we'll see what happens with that. Piastri fought back to P11 after Antonelli's penalty. Piastri obviously had his whoops at the start. We don't really know what happened with him because of the terrible onboard. Eventually, what they'll do is they basically, from the cars, they can only broadcast one live feed at once. So they had that terrible tailpipe cam, which looks awful. That's all they had. So they didn't have any more angles. When they get the car physically back, they can download all of the angles, and that's what we'll see. So later on social media, I'm sure we'll see an onboard proper T-cam shot of Oscar Piastri showing what actually happened to him. But right now, we don't know. I'm tired. I did do an 18k run this morning. Signs of P12. Williams just off the pace, honestly. Didn't really see what happened with Albon, but yeah, Signs just nowhere. Albon obviously got his penalty for punting, whoever it was at the start. Bit of a knock-on. Haas seem to be dropped off a little bit. There's a trend ever since they've come into the sport that they start really strongly and then fade away, which is interesting. Then you got the two Cadillacs. They were a lap down. They got lucky to beat Antonelli by getting that lap back. And then, of course, two Aston Martins who are a long way off. When is Hungary, please? That's what I want to know, because Hungary is when they're introducing the upgrade. Next one is Belgian Grand Prix. The Hungarian Grand Prix is after that. But we have now got a couple of week break. Is it the summer break? No, it's not the summer break. The summer break is after the Hungarian Grand Prix. We've only got a week, actually. Only got a week off. So no race next weekend. The next race will be the weekend after. So 2 weeks today, we'll have the Belgian Grand Prix around Spa. Which we'll be paying for one for Aston Martin in particular. But we'll see if Ferrari... I mean, to be honest, I think Ferrari got much better pace today than we expected from them, right? Is that fair? Much better pace than we expected from them. Very, very solid indeed from Ferrari. I do think that Antonelli would have beaten them, but Russell would not have beaten either of them, barring a bit of randomness. So, yeah. They seem to have good straight line speed in Silverstone, whether it's because they turned the engine up a little bit, whether it's because they weren't at high altitude anymore. Belgium is not particularly up at massively high altitude. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested to see if Ferrari can keep up this momentum. They need that second engine upgrade, really. That's going to give them a bigger turbo to give them the extra power. That's what they really need. But yeah, Spa in theory shouldn't be their kind of track. But Silverstone shouldn't have, in theory, been their kind of track. In fact, even themselves, they're predicting they're going to be about 0.6 a lap off. So, yeah, a long, long way. That's it, really. That's it. And then, what was it? Did I say a week later? A week after that? Yeah, then a week after that, we'll get Aston Martin's upgrade. It sounds like it's basically going to be a B-spec car. They're currently a second per lap off of Cadillac. So, they need to... Basically, their B-spec car needs to find at least 2 seconds a lap. I'm not exaggerating. 2 seconds a lap. But yeah, obviously, big talking point today was the safety car. Real shame to see that get brought in. So yeah, we will find out why that is. Hopefully in due course. I'm sure it will take someone going to interview in the FIA, which is insane. Again, they should put this out on the race broadcast, but they don't. But yeah, that's it. Just gonna head off now. One more thing. I'm just going to have a quick look at the FIA documents to see if there's anything. Provisional race classification. Hamilton's been summoned, so they wanted to speak to him after the race. We haven't got the result on that one yet. And obviously we know about his full start. So, yeah, we don't know yet. What's going to happen with Hamilton. He may well get a penalty. If he does get a 5-second penalty, it will knock him, yes, indeed, outside of the points. He'll be 5.7 back. That'll put him all the way down to 14th place, would you believe? 14th place. That'd be utterly insane. But yeah, that's it for me, chap. He's in the stewards now. Yeah, was that when the time was? Yeah, now. Yeah, you're right. He's in there right now. He's in the steward's office right as we speak. But yeah, I'm not going to hang around for that purely because it's not for a race win anyway. It wouldn't. It's a weird. If we get a flag infringement, it's a weird. Because what it'll often be is he'll have gone slightly too fast somewhere or he'll have overtaken somebody somewhere. And the reason they normally bring them in for a chat about that is because normally it's like force majeure. Oh, you want to? It's normally force majeure, as in they've said, yes, you overtook somebody, but was that somebody off the track? Or was that somebody having a spin? Or something like that. Or you've gone slightly too quick. Why did you do that? Or was there some kind of timing issue that showed you was going too quickly, but you actually weren't? It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't get anything for that or gets a reprimand for that. So I wouldn't expect Hamilton to be getting a penalty at this phase. I would expect him to still hold on to that P3. But yeah, I guess we will see. Please, Lando podium. Nah, come on. Lewis deserves it more than Lando. McLaren did not have the pace today. But yeah, that's it for me, chat. Thank you for joining me today. Do drop a sub if you haven't already on this channel. I'm not decided yet. My temptation right now is to kill this channel. I feel like it is a little bit glitched, and it's just not showing any content to any new viewers for some reason. It's very strange. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the watch along today, guys. I may well do this sort of thing in the future. We will see whether it's on this channel, whether it's on a different channel. I've got no idea yet. But yeah, thanks for joining me today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to head off now and do a bit of garden work, I think. I've just bought a massive new ladder, so I'm going to go and play with that. Anyway, guys, I will catch you, if you watch my regular content, tomorrow, 5 PM UK time, for the Creator Series Clipbook. That's when that one go out. So yeah, other than that, guys, real life F1 stuff, maybe next week or 2 weeks time, we will see. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.